Narcissists realize the enormity of their loss when you. Greetings, everyone. We're delighted to have you back, and we truly value your presence. Today's discussion centers around the moment when an individual with narcissistic tendencies begins to grasp what they've overlooked. Take a moment to reflect on this concept, and if you find our content valuable, please consider subscribing. This topic delves into the instance when the narcissist truly comprehends the exceptional supply we often discuss in this space. This realization signifies that the narcissist's current source of supply is inadequate and doesn't meet their needs. We acknowledge you as our esteemed audience, and your participation is greatly appreciated. Once, you were considered an elite supply, a source of superior quality. You've transitioned from being a source for others to becoming an authority on yourself, which is commendable. It's important to note that narcissists might be reflecting on their past actions at this very moment. They could be fixated on past events or attempting to re-establish your attention. They might even be ruminating on you, the one who escaped. You might be thinking to yourself, I provided countless opportunities to a narcissist. Remember that you were once unaware of the narcissist's true nature. Now you possess knowledge and continue to gain more every day, making you stronger. For this, I applaud your significant effort and unwavering commitment, crucial qualities for anyone seeking to understand the nature of a relationship involving a narcissist. These narcissists, however, remain fixated on the past. It could be today, tomorrow, or perhaps not today. It might even be tomorrow. In simple terms, narcissists will always maintain the belief that, among all others, you were the one who escaped. The sole radiant beacon, the person who consistently displayed unwavering commitment, was ever present for the narcissist, harbored deep affection, exerted maximum effort, and not only contributed, but also gave continually to ensure the relationship's success. But above all, you were the one who, when you were young and naive, endeavored to maintain a healthy relationship, keep things progressing, and provide the narcissist with everything they needed. Observing this, the narcissist took advantage of you and your situation. Everything was taken, including your compassion, integrity, spirit, and light. Despite their actions, you, being a compassionate empath, decided to increase your contribution. I intend to contribute. This happened gradually and discreetly. You later realized that you were continually giving. What motivated you to do this? Perhaps it was because you loved that person. Maybe you're an empath, or maybe you simply didn't want to give up on them. The souls of empaths are vast, like stars. You were eventually pushed to the brink, at which point you declared enough, and decided it was time to move forward. Alternatively, you might have been unlucky enough to face rejection and had to undergo a challenging period of self-awareness before realizing you were in a relationship with a narcissist. During this period, you came to understand that this individual had no concern for your well-being and intended to cause you harm. Rest assured, the narcissist will indeed contemplate the situation. Sooner or later, they will. And if they don't, they will reflect on the experience, thinking, I genuinely believed I had something special there. I truly had something excellent that I wasted, just as I've squandered every relationship, harmed every friendship, and ruined everything, including every person I encounter. In essence, I inflict a lasting wound, leaving a profoundly negative impact. During this particular relationship I'm addressing, they had the most valuable quality they will ever find in you. Moreover, I'm certain you're aware of this fact because you're educating yourself by tuning into this channel. Am I implying that the narcissist will obsess over this matter every single day for the rest of their lives? No. Why? Because they are excessively preoccupied with seeking supply from external sources. They are consumed with leading fake lives, manipulating, deceiving, trying to control others, and causing harm to others. However, I can guarantee you that moments will arise. As I've mentioned numerous times on this channel, there will be instances. During my relationship with a narcissist, I would attempt to watch a documentary while sitting on the sofa with them while they were engrossed in one of their 3 mobile phones, oblivious to my presence and reassuring me with, "Oh yeah, don't worry about it." Continue to tap the play button. It was never quality time. Many of you can likely relate to this scenario. In case you haven't watched the previous videos, the point is that the narcissist might be thinking of you during those times where they're using those same 3 phones, or, more likely, they've acquired new ones, sitting on a different sofa and engaging with a new supply. Or maybe they're contemplating my insights. The subject of this presentation is not about companions. It's crucial to understand that narcissists are perpetually in pursuit of supply, and they endlessly chase something they can never truly attain. In reality, narcissists never experience contentment. They exhibit an insatiable desire, and their cup can never be filled, no matter what's in it. This means absolutely nothing to them. So, as you're here thinking, I understand and can relate to much of this. I believe you're spot on. This is the truth. The remarkable part about us is how we responded after the end of our relationship with the narcissist. We engaged in deep reflection. It took a significant amount of time to recover, gain knowledge, personal growth, understand the situation, and recognize the deceitful nature of the relationship. Narcissism is pervasive in our society, and we too fell victim to its deceit. This doesn't necessarily pertain to just romantic relationships. As mentioned before, it can manifest in the professional world, perhaps with your boss, or even with that neighbor you distanced yourself from 3 years ago due to their persistent inconsideration. Like blaring loud music late into the night merely to annoy and frustrate you, as narcissists tend to do. They can infiltrate your life through various means. However, rest assured that narcissists will think about the one that got away. They most certainly will. And if they haven't done so already, they may attempt to lure you back if they think it's possible. What remains unknown to all? What will their next move be? The crucial point here is that, with the passage of time and your diligent self-education, you've reached an expert level in understanding all the terminology associated with narcissism. You now have a profound insight into just how cowardly and bullying narcissists can be because you've gone through the harrowing experience yourself. There's no turning back from this point. What has been witnessed cannot be unseen. While you may have endured mistreatment and bullying, serving as a punching bag during a prior relationship with a narcissist, especially if it was a familial or romantic relationship, it led to the development of a challenging trauma bond. But that's an entirely different story, one of the most challenging bonds to break. However, these experiences have bestowed you with knowledge. You have become highly knowledgeable about your past relationships. Furthermore, you now see things with exceptional clarity. Remember, this is the new you. You possess a superpower. It's the tool that empowers you to quickly assess individuals and gauge who they truly are, whether they are worth your time, and most importantly, whether you can trust them. If not, it's best to distance yourself, engage with minimal interaction, and move forward into the grey area. That's precisely how one proceeds. In the past, during your narcissistic relationship, you didn't possess this superpower. Instead, your defining qualities were beauty, intelligence, and naivete. I too, regrettably, had a sense of naivete. Like you, I was a kind-hearted individual who believed that most people shared similar values on this planet. However, that was far from the truth. Most individuals have their own specific objectives, whether it's personal advancement, career success, acquiring the finest home, or striving to be the ideal parent or educator. Despite your hopes, others didn't share your desires or see you as their equal. They don't now and never will. It took me a considerable amount of time to realize this about our world. Yet, here we are today. As I mentioned earlier, once you've observed these realities, you're equipped with knowledge that cannot be easily ignored. It becomes your responsibility to use this education for your own benefit, your community, your loved ones, and to help others. Once again, I'm not advocating any immoral or harmful actions. I'm promoting self-preservation, maintaining personal boundaries, exercising discernment when deciding who to include in your social circle, and wisely allocating your time. Always remember that time is the most precious commodity on earth. It's more valuable than gold, cash, multiple houses, cars, or expensive watches. How you allocate your time is determined by your momentum. Indeed, most of your time in a relationship with a narcissist was devoted to meeting that person's demands. I understand that you believed your relationship with a narcissist was fair and conducive to a healthy partnership. However, it was quite the opposite. In reality, you were serving the narcissist. It took you some time to realize this, but you eventually did, and that's a significant part of your growth and empowerment. Before your relationship with the narcissist, you enjoyed doing things for yourself at your own pace and leisure. You thrived in that independence, savoring every moment of it. But then you encountered the narcissist. What happened next? You slowly transformed into an extension of them, their surrogate, their caretaker, the one responsible for their finances, chores, and their sounding board. Your giving nature continued to grow. However, as you gave more and more, what was the result? They continued to mistreat you. They gaslighted you, stonewalled you, and subjected you to the silent treatment. They completely disregarded your feelings. They probably even resorted to triangulation, a manipulative tactic that you particularly disliked. Nevertheless, they employed it. At the time, you might not have fully grasped what was happening, but now you do. Once you've seen the truth, there's no way to unsee it. You possess this invaluable knowledge, and it's your duty to use it for self-preservation, personal growth, and to share it with others. That's the role we play. So, will the narcissist reflect on the one that got away? Will they recognize how remarkable that person was, how substantial a source of supply? Undoubtedly you were. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, you were indeed a supply of the highest caliber, and the same applies to me. But we are no longer just supplies. The term supply implies something that's depleted or exhausted, much like Clorox or wipes on a store shelf. We are human beings, beautiful and brilliant, radiant beacons. We are not mere commodities. We're closing the chapter on the past, laying it to rest, moving forward, gaining insights from our suffering, growing, healing, and possibly sharing our knowledge with others. Nevertheless, the past is merely a chapter in our life's journey, and it deserves acknowledgement and respect. We should not dwell on our memories of what transpired, but rather preserve them to remind us of what we've endured. You are, in fact, a member of a unique community, much like I'm. We have endured the trials and tribulations. We fully understand the effort and dedication it takes to be present and watching this video right now. Few will reach the place where we now stand. Many simply have no intention to do so. Sadly, some may not make it. I deeply regret to say it, but such is a possibility. There might be people who cannot access the necessary knowledge, insight, or willingness. Perhaps they'll move forward in life without seeking solutions, because they lack the desire to understand, which can be excruciating. Others may remain in the dark, in denial of the situation. Many are like that, behaving as if nothing is amiss, content with the status quo, and uninterested in gaining knowledge. On the other hand, there are individuals like you and me who have gained knowledge and continue to do so. We are the ones who have grown, learned, and are capable of guiding others. Ultimately, I believe that everything happens for a reason, and I also believe that you're on this channel for a specific purpose. It serves as both a learning resource and a therapeutic tool. Indeed, individuals, the narcissist will inevitably, and likely repeatedly, ponder the situation and realize that you evaded their retribution. Before concluding this video, I do not mean to convey the sentiment of, oh, well, you had your chance. Those days are long gone. This video addresses the present issue. We now know the right course of action. Put an end to the narcissist, the one who permanently sinned against us. You probably didn't anticipate that we would rise from the wreckage after their manipulation, destruction, and ultimate discarding of us. You had no idea that you were about to give birth to a superhuman. Yet, that's exactly what you did. And now, with our newly acquired superpower, we hold all the accountability and strength. I will now bring this video to a close. I genuinely hope you found it valuable. Wishing you continued good fortune and blessings on this day. I have deep affection for each and every one of you. Maintain and increase your brilliance with each passing day. Take your time, whether you are new to the experience of abandonment, going through it, or just starting to grasp the nature of narcissism. Things will get better. I cherish each and every one of you. Blessings upon you. I'll be in touch soon. Have a wonderful day. This is 5 scary questions narcissists can't answer. That will make them bow to you forever. Are you tired of being under the thumb of a narcissist who believes they know it all? Well, you can break free from their self-centered control by disrupting their elaborate web of deceit. Let's face it, it's easier said than done, but don't lose hope. Today, I'm here to equip you with the real strategies and techniques you need to liberate yourself from these cunning master manipulators and outsmart them at their own game. You won't want to miss out on these valuable insights, so if you're new to this channel, be sure to click the button below to subscribe and turn on notifications. Together, we can reclaim our power and show those who claim to be in charge who truly holds the reins. Now, let's dive into the first question that narcissists avoid like the plague: anything related to the truth. Individuals who are solely concerned with themselves tend to fabricate lies incessantly. What's even worse is that they lie about things that are blatantly obvious or don't require any falsehoods. We value honesty above all else, which makes this behavior utterly perplexing. I once witnessed a case where a mother evicted her own teenage son from their home in the dead of night, tossing his belongings onto the front lawn like trash. The father, who was on the brink of divorce, had to step in and take care of his child. But here's the shocking part. The mother, who was about to divorce him, did something that left everyone flabbergasted. She emailed the school bus service, requesting that they pick up her son from his dad's place. Unbelievable. Simply unbelievable. If truth is indeed stranger than fiction, the twisted world of narcissists takes it to a whole new level. So, what about that soon-to-be ex-wife? Well, she took matters into her own hands and filed a motion accusing her husband of kidnapping their son without her consent. But here's the kicker. The email she sent on the same evening exposed her blatant lie. Can you believe the audacity of some people? Let's not forget the cardinal rule. The truth is like poison to a narcissist. When you question them about their actions, they'll be at a loss for words. They'll squirm, deny, deflect, and project, doing anything to avoid acknowledging their mistakes. But here's where it gets even more problematic. When a narcissist is caught in a lie, they'll go to great lengths to wriggle out of it. Trust me, I'm well versed in this area, and I've even dedicated an entire video to the topic. But for now, remember that a narcissist simply cannot handle the unadulterated truth. They'll employ all kinds of tactics to sidestep it. Armed with this knowledge, we can gradually dismantle their defenses, one truth bomb at a time. Moving on, let's delve deeper into the second Achilles heel of narcissists, giving credit to someone else. If there was an extraordinary party or a groundbreaking idea that revolutionized work, don't expect a narcissist to credit anyone else when asked who was behind it. It's simply beyond their capabilities. Why? Because they fear that recognizing someone else's contributions would diminish their own glory and self-importance. This fear resembles a scarcity mentality, but on steroids. It's so ingrained that even straightforward questions like, "What does this person bring to your life?" will baffle them. It's as though they're oblivious to the existence and positive impact of other individuals. Now, it's crucial to remember that I've previously discussed narcissistic personality disorder, a more severe form of narcissism. However, these traits exist along a spectrum. We all desire recognition and appreciation, but narcissists habitually fixate on themselves. Acknowledging someone else's accomplishments would imply that they themselves cease to exist. So, if you collaborate with a narcissist, don't anticipate them saying anything praiseworthy about others. It's just not within their nature. Now let's delve into the third Achilles heel of narcissists, facing failure or defeat. When you inquire about their mistakes or setbacks, don't anticipate a constructive conversation. Narcissists tend to distort facts to align with their skewed worldview. This behavior is detailed in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, known as the DSM-5, which identifies narcissistic personality disorder. These individuals inhabit a realm where they revolve as the ultimate, driven by magical thinking. If they fall short in any endeavor, it feels like their entire world crumbles, making discussions about their losses or failures akin to banging your head against a wall. This response reflects their fragile ego, swiftly deflecting anything that challenges their belief in their perfection and invincibility. They hold themselves in such high regard that admitting to a mistake or loss is tantamount to admitting they're not flawless, which is inconceivable. Expect avoidance and a change of subject. It's their typical modus operandi. The fourth thing narcissists can't cope with involves anything that evokes shame or weakness. They go to great lengths to shield their fragile egos, harboring deep shame and vulnerability that they conceal from the outside world. Internally, a battle rages between their feeble and fearful selves and the persona they project to others. On one hand, they want to appear strong, self-assured, and in control, while, on the other, a timid, hidden person resides within. This internal conflict compels them to go to great lengths to maintain their facade. However, when dealing with a covert narcissist, it's a whole new ballgame. They may employ victimization or feign kindness and concern while harboring significant anger within, skillfully wielding it to achieve their objectives. But the paramount concern is their unwavering avoidance of anything that elicits shame or weakness, even if it means causing harm to others. Indeed, that's not the sole area in which they face difficulties. Building and sustaining friendships or maintaining close relationships proves challenging for them. Feel free to comment if you've ever observed them stumbling in social situations or struggling to nurture lasting connections. Now let's delve into the fifth facet, narcissists' ineptitude at handling anything related to their interpersonal relationships. These individuals are so self-absorbed and possess such a fragile self-esteem that even a hint of imperfection or weakness sends them spiraling into distress. Building positive relationships with others is beyond their capability. Feedback, criticism, or even the slightest suggestion of their imperfection is utterly intolerable to them. It's as if they're utterly averse to anything that might reveal vulnerability or shame. They'll go to great lengths to evade these emotions, even if it entails causing harm to those around them. So, if you happen to broach the topic of their interpersonal skills or how well they relate to others, brace yourself for their wrath. They'll employ a range of manipulation tactics like lying, gaslighting, projecting, blaming, and shaming to coerce you into compliance. Let's recap the 5 areas they struggle to address. Anything that confronts the truth, any recognition given to others, discussions about their failures or losses, matters related to shame or vulnerability, and inquiries about their social skills. If you raise any of these topics, don't anticipate straightforward responses. Instead, you'll likely encounter evasive replies and manipulation tactics such as gaslighting, falsehoods, projection, blame shifting, and shaming others. Their aim is to confound and destabilize you, particularly in negotiations where you're either aligned with them or perceived as an adversary. Once they sense you shifted away from their side, they'll aggressively confront you, striving to make you doubt reality and feel a loss of control. But rest assured, I'm here to provide support. Be sure to explore my complimentary course in the description box below. Feel free to share your experiences with these behaviors in the comments. Many have likely encountered a narcissist in their lives. Stay resilient and remember that today is the optimal moment to advocate for your best life. I'll catch you in the next video. If you'd like to access more content like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Let the healing commence until next time.